and just start building rocks. So this is tedious, it takes hours to do, but when you're done you can get a really nice pattern for yourself. Again, I just have to start picking what rocks we're going to cover, which ones we're going to just destroy. Like this one, it stands out a little too much with the pattern anyway. This has a happy face, so might as well just get that now. And I just want to break that up. I don't want it to be that noticeable. But we're going to go through and just clean this guy up. So I need to find a rock that's moving at the same angle. That's just a little too great of an angle. That's too dark of a shadow. And let's look at this side. Come back here and just pull back up. And I can physically paint, and the problem is that you lose the texture. I don't want this color. I want to finish out this rock. So maybe I'll use this one, but I do need a darker edge. Up here I have one that's nice. I'm going to start over here. Let me build it from this side. And you just want to keep sampling from different areas. Maybe I'll make it go under like this rock. So I'll finish building this one rock and then we'll take a look at it. Okay, so I've gone back and I've painted a lot of this seam in. And if I come down here, you can see where the seam is below. Here's the paint job. It needs a lot of work, but again, it's just a quick tutorial. I've made a new layer because I have this rock here. And I put it right here. Just grabbed one from down here, and I want to finish this one off coming under, but I want it to be under this stone. So I'm just going to do a free transform. And it's of similar size, and I'm just laying it over top of this one. I'm going to accept that. And then I'm going to go in and erase out the parts I don't want. So I'm just going to go and grab my eraser tool. Make it soft. And again, I don't need this top part. So I'm going to erase that and go back to the original rock. And I do have some dark lines here that I can erase out around it, but this corner I don't want either. So let's go up to 100%. Undo. My brush is a little, yeah, it's hard. Okay. And now I'm able to finish that rock, and now I can just go back in and do the same. So just grab my stamp tool and (33%) and make my adjustments. And this is what you're doing. You're doing placement, you're doing stamp tool, and then once you're done, again, I only have this one side done. I finished building this rock, all these rocks. I picked ones to go under, picked ones to go over. We have this seam, I built this rock. I did compress a lot of this already, but you'll see that, you know, we have this little bits and pieces that I'm putting in. Once we have all this done, we're going to save before we flatten the image. I'm just going to flatten it. And then to check it, and again, I'm not finished at all, but we're going to go back to offset and then click OK, go back out 120%, and look at it and see if there's any errors that stand out, anything that's catching our eye that we messed up when we were doing the offset. There's nothing that's catching my eye. I have that little bit of a shadow I didn't fix when I placed this rock. This shadow needs to get completed, but I did rebuild some rocks here and I put them on the other side, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something that got really ugly. And again, I'm not finished this, but I'm going to go and make a tile pattern out of it because it takes hours to do, and I think this is enough for you guys to get the idea. So I'm going to go under and say preset, and then I'm going to change this one to 2. We're going to go back up to this document. I can delete this layer. Actually, I'll leave it. I'll make a new layer and we'll compare the two. And then we're going to grab the last one and put it in. And you see we immediately got that improvement. So I do still have a couple areas that I need to go back and finish, but I fixed a couple of these rocks, and if I hide and reveal, you can see the changes I've made and how that's improved the tiling. I still have to finish this rock, and I'll probably just take, because I have this big one, pull it out. But when I pull it out, I'm going to put something on top of this side. So I'm probably going to finish this rock off, push this back, and make it look like this one sitting on top. I do have to get a closer look at it to see if that will work. This does pinch down a bit too much. I might need to get rid of this one entirely and just finish this rock off and put a different one like this one on top. So I have this rock here that kind of stands out a little as itself. I may want to duplicate it, rotate it, change the tone, and put that one on top. I already have a duplicate of this guy someplace right here on the bottom of this rock. So you're just going through and figuring out what's going to work for you. And that is absolutely 100 times better, but it is going to take hours to get yourself a nice clean pattern. But just to show you that we've gotten rid of a lot of that, and let's pull back, and that's looking a lot better. So we'll hide this and come back. And again, it takes a lot of time, but that's how you can make a tiled texture for yourself. I picked a real complex one, and there are other ways to do this, copy and offset, but here's one example.